Hey gang, how you doing? It's a bit overcast outside, so I thought that I would try to make starfruit jelly. Picked the starfruit a couple days ago off of the tree we have outside, so it's about as fresh as it could possibly be. Of course, we need jars. Had to run to the store to pick up a couple of extra supplies. Some lemon juice, pectin, and lots of sugar. So what do you think? Sounds like an adventure? Sure, why not? Let's give it a try. First thing we want to do is take our jars. This is the Ball brand, 2-piece lids, has a rubber gasket around to make a nice tight seal after we get our jelly in there. I'm going to put these in the dishwasher, run them on hot, so we can get the jars nice and clean. Since this is the first time I've ever done this, I really don't know how many jars I'm going to make. Don't know how many jars are going to come out. So I'm just going to go ahead and wash them all. After we washed our starfruit, what we want to do is trim off the green edges. In any part such as this that is undesirable, so continue trimming all the way around to get the green all the way off. And then simply slice it, maybe about 1/4 inch slices. Why is it a star fruit? Because it's shaped like a star. And we'll continue this process until we have all the edges off of all the star fruits cleaned off. Now this is a little gnarly here, so I'm just going to trim that completely off. That's good. It's a big old fat daddy here. Now with the starfruit, what I have found in the past, this little green edge, of course they're very green whenever they first start to blossom. The more orange they are, the more ripe they are. And of course, you want to try and get it before they fall off of the tree onto the ground. As soon as they get to the ground, the bugs will get to them. Cut this off just a little bit past the white to where I'm going to get more of the orange, to where it's more ripe, as I talked about. It's more of a discretionary cut. You can use all the fruit or selected parts as I'm doing. Right here, that's about 8 cups, and we're going to do a double batch, so I've got a total of 16 cups already. I think it's time to do the next step. All right. And that looked good. Now the cooking instructions indicate that I need to fill this pan up just a little bit past the top of the starfruit. See, our recipe called also for a tablespoon of butter. I think that's about a tablespoon. So we'll just drop that in there. And also lemon juice. And it's finally starting to boil. It took about 10 minutes to get up to temp. Try to get that down to a simmer temperature and just let it sit for a while. And trying to pick out a few seeds. I don't mind if there's some seeds remaining, but I thought I'd just try and get a few out. As this cooks, I've noticed that more seeds seem to be coming loose from the fruit. Obviously that's because the fruit is becoming more soft, allowing the seeds to float up to the top. Okay, this has been boiling for a good 20 minutes or so. The fruit is getting pretty soft. What I'm doing now is I'm dishing out, trying to drain some of the juice, putting it into this saucepan. Okay. And I'm smashing it up into pulp. Since I've transferred this to a smaller pot, I'm going to take the juice from the large pot that is still simmering, which is pretty much nothing but sugar and the juice from the star fruit. So I'm going to transfer just a little bit over. And we're going to bring our new mixture up to boil again. And as soon as that happens, we're going to add a packet of pectin that'll help thicken it up, and we're going to place our jelly into the jars. All right, since it's boiling now, we'll go ahead and add our pectin. I hope one package is enough. Let that boil for 1 more minute. In the meantime, I'm going to take the jars out of the dishwasher, put them in the sink, and get ready to do the transfer. Oh, look at that. Looks like a big bowl of goodness, doesn't it? One of the other cool little attachments I bought is a little strainer, more or less. Fits right inside the jar lid. And I'm just going to ladle the jelly right in there. Let's see. Oh boy. This is a mess waiting to happen, isn't it, kids? What do we have here? I want to leave about, this jar is hot, I want to leave about 1/4 of an inch at the top. Now I'm not going to do all the smaller jars with the star fruit jelly, because in the process I was also making mango jelly. I want to save a few jars for the mango also. Take the tongs, lids. There we go. Here's the seal. Now, the other tricky part of this, we'll put the lids on. These jars are really, really hot. I'll tighten them up here in a second. If I can use a cloth to go ahead and grab a hold of them. It's important that you make sure that the jars have been cleaned, as we spoke of before. And of course, this process with making the lids nice and hot, whenever the jelly cools, it's going to create a nice vacuum and help keep your food fresh and safe from bacteria entering the jars. Fun memories. I haven't done this since I was a kid with my family. We used to make strawberry jelly, grape jelly, blackberry jelly. Of course, that involved going out in the fields and picking all of this. Fond memories of doing this as a family. Yeah, it's things that I'll treasure forever. But the first time I've ever tried it on my own, boy, I hope that sets up. We'll see how it goes.